This short video is designed to help you assemble the new NetBank height adjustable benches for Commbank that's been designed and built by Winya. And we're going to run through the assembly process so that it's as easy as possible for you and try and describe a number of the issues you may come up with depending on the different branches and how to approach that. We've got laid out firstly the kit from the two leg boxes. Okay, the two larger boxes, the fat boxes, are the leg system, and that's what you need to open first. The flatter boxes have the screens and tables in those. Leave those till all this is done. Firstly, there's a number of parts here you want to familiarise yourself with. We have here the main leg components, which go at the front of the device. We have the smaller back leg components, the cross rails, the braces front of the table, and the main table cross section. The first thing I want you to think about though is where this is going to go in the branch and how you're going to secure it. There are two things you need to think about. Are you going to actually just attach the screen when it's assembled to the back wall of the branch so that kids don't pull on this and tip it over? Because that's my main concern. Yes, it's quite stable, but you need to make sure that kids aren't going to pull on it. So there's two choices. You have to decide, can I actually put fixtures into the rear wall where this is going? Or alternatively, in the box, there are brackets that attach to the feet that you'll drill into the floor for the rear legs mainly, unless it's a freestanding counter in the middle of the floor, at which stage you may decide you want to use all four of these to secure it to the floor. So first think about where it's going. Am I attaching it to the wall, or am I using some sort of floor stabiliser like this? Okay, once you understand that, then we'll talk about the rest of the assembly. For this particular job, we're going to pretend that we're actually attaching it to the floor with a floor fixing. Now, you're going to have to make your mind up how you do that yourself, depending on if it's timber floor or cement floor, and making sure you've got approval to drill, etc. So we're going to assume we're going to mount it here. We're going to end up dynabolting it to the floor here. I'm not going to actually drill a hole in our carpet here because this is our showroom, but this is how the first steps you need to do. Take off the foot off one of the back legs. In this, there's a small hole and there's a slot. Put the small hole flat down onto the leg and then screw the foot back in. Just put it into whatever, because you're going to level it off wherever you need it next time. So what's going to happen is that's going to go at the back where you want to mount that. You'll mount it out basically a hand distance, because that's where your screen's going to go, and you'll have a screen thickness here. So you need to allow for your screen thickness, and then you determine where you're now going to put your floor fixing in. Okay, take it away, do your floor fixings where you need to do it. You can decide whether you can put one or two on the back. There are four in here. You don't have to use all four unless the whole thing is sitting in the centre of the room without any walls at the back of it. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to stop kids pulling the thing over by swinging on it. That's all we're trying to achieve with these. They're not super strong. They're not designed to be, engineering level. It's just designed as an anti-tilt mechanism. And now I'm going to get someone really competent, Jamie, one of our assemblers, to run you through the assembly process. now Jamie's done all the hard work assembling the frame, the next thing we're going to do is the screens, the tops, and the undercover to cover up all the wiring so kids can't pull it out. So look for the other box, the big long flat box, that's got the screens in it. Next thing we're doing is the screens. Get the side screens first and look for the long screws in the pack, and then we're putting in 3 screws in here. We're putting 3 screws in here. Just 1 or 2 turns, don't put them in all the way because you'll tighten them after they're put in through the keyholes on the side. This is the back panel. What we're going to do is set up the back panel next. That's quite simple. The 2 smaller screws go either side of the back panel. And again, just 1 or 2 turns to position them. We tighten it all up later when the screens are put in place. And now we've placed the 2 screws in either side of the back panel. We're going to drop it into these keyholes. But first, we'll turn the whole rig around. And now I'm just going to pick up the screen and position the screws either side into the keyholes. The back screen now stays in place for the next step. Now grab one of the side panels, you've already got your screws in, and simply lock it in to the keyholes, and it holds in place as well. With your screens in place, we're now going to plug this temporarily in to make life easier in tightening up the panels. Just take your power module, plug that in underneath, the power cord on the other side. Make sure you plug it in now and just bring the screen up. Now with the desk all the way up, it's easy to get to the screws and just tighten the 4 screws. There's only 4. You can't get to that last one there. It's just there for positioning. So 1, 2, 3, 4 screws on each side, and then it'll be solid as a rock. With everything in place, I just now put the top on. Position it to the back of the screen. Put about a 2mm variance on it because your floor level is going to be different in each branch. And we're not going to adjust to the floor levels at the moment. So with that in place, just bring the top down and monitor that it's not hitting the screen or getting tight on the screen anywhere, so that you have to adjust exactly where it sits. This is coming down perfectly. Everything's in place. I've got about a 1.5 to 2mm gap on either side as it comes down. That's fine. I'll bring it back up again, and then I'll attach it to the frame. Now just attach your height adjustment to the front of the panel where the curve finishes. 2 screws underneath. Okay, now just move it back into position against the wall where you're going to leave the counter. Either use your floor fixings as you've decided, or put some wall fixings down at this level, below where the desk is going to come, so that they don't become visible. Something like that, and that will stabilise against the wall, or use your floor fixings. With your floor fixings in place, decide which side your cable is going to go, depending where your GPO is, because the next thing we're going to do is attach the cable sock to whichever side we're going to bring the cable down. so the cables are out of the road and hidden from kids. With your cable sock attached to the back corner of your desktop, not the screen, just simply feed your cable in and zip it up. And the other end of the cable sock, just attach low on the screen so it's neat. The very last thing is the plastic shelf. All this is designed to do is protect the cabling from kids pulling the stuff out. It's important when you're putting the plastic cover on that it does not touch the screen. Keep it attached to the desk, because if it touches the screen, you'll hear this noise. That's the screen and the plastic cover touching each other. If you want to set the memory functions up, simply take the desk to the height you want, push the M button for memory. That's now set at that height. I can now put the desk up. Now if I want to bring it down again, it comes down automatically to the preset height. At the end, don't be concerned, you can have one leftover part, a cable, throw it away. And one perfect NetBank bench, but you know we did all the work. Thank you.